just quickly before we get into the game, Chris Parson, another game, another highlight reel.
Yep.
Good googly muggly. Chris Parsons, 23 of 32, 301 yards, 2 tutties, 19 rushes, 73 yards, 2 rushing tutties. Javius Bond, 10 carries, 36. Caden Williams, 10 rushes, 39s, and a tutty. Shamar Kirk, good God. Yeah. 9 receptions, 144 yards, and a touchdown. And then somebody I wasn't too aware of is Nate Garnett Jr.
Yes.
Yeah.
5 receptions, 48 yards, and a tutty.
Yeah, some of the guys making some nice plays, you know, getting like a offense by committee at this point in the season. You know?
Yeah.
Kirk, how about shout out to him for playing some really nice ball in the last couple home games too. I mean, he's got about 300 in the last 2 home games, somewhere close to that. But yeah, it was fantastic to watch. Good to spread the wealth around.
I mean, this offense, let me put it like this. At home,
electric.
They play
electric.
Like champs.
Literally.
They play like champs.
They do.
That's what they do. And to see them, let me tell you, I was watching that game. I can say it now. So my little brother joined fraternity this past weekend. Shout out, little bro.
Shout out, little bro.
But I was watching this game right before we got into it. And you was on the call. Jeremy was on the field. And we was literally talking about this game. I mean, Chris Parson running in that touchdown. Shamar Kirk.
Bobbling the ball and catching it last minute, getting a toe in. It was just so back and forth, bro, because we don't like UCA.
No,
we don't like UCA. So for them to come in here and to think they can break our win streak at home, you know, they were really confident. And it was a good game, bro. And, you know, we're not going to knock the defense because, you know, they did what they could. But UCA's offense was – them boys were different. We ain't even going to get into that running back.
Yeah. I mean, we got – hold on. The quarterback, Austin Myers, 19 of 35, not the best, but he threw for 3 tutties. And then he had 213 yards. And Chambers, I mean, good Lord Almighty, can they please drug test him? I don't know what he was on.
Bro.
I mean, people were literally bouncing off of him, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
he had one play he broke.
That's
like
what David
7
A.
tackles.
Chain did to the Bills.
Yeah, that's what he did to the Bills too. But I mean, he is a big bruising back too. Like he's like a bowling ball out there.
Yeah, he's like a locomotive train. He's not that fast, bro. And I was just like, that first run, he jumped. No, he fumbled. Then he came back and jumped over dude. I was like, who is this guy? Like, is this Saquon Barkley's little brother? Like, I don't. Like this guy, and then Jeremy was like, I told you he was number 2 in the FCS. He kept texting me, and I'm like, okay, we get it now. But Malachi Henry.
Oh, my goodness.
Bro, I'm like.
That was a game.
They got a squad, but the good thing about it is that we can beat a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the past home games, they've been okay teams. Then we play great teams away and lose. So it's like how we look when we play good competition. And we look great, bro. Yeah. We look great. That was a great game.
Was also the rivalry aspect of it, too, with the history between UCA and Austin Peay last couple of years. Like, you could feel the teams really wanted that win on both sides. So, I mean, good for Austin Peay to get the win and in an intense game. Even if they're not making the playoffs, it's definitely a nice step in forward that we defended the fort. We kept our heads up high.
Yeah, because, I mean, we still undefeated at home. We got one more game left versus Sanford. And I want to talk about it real quick before we get to this beautiful video that want to give him a shout-out before I forget. Nick, was it High Top? High Top. Mr. Nick, creative content, APSU Athletics, brother. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Nick.
That video is tough, brother.
Yeah, it's good.
The video is tough. So we're going to show y'all a small clip of the video. I had to give him his shout out before we forgot. But before we get into the video, y'all, a tough win like this at home, you play, you know, a team in Sanford who's 1-9, just fired their coach on Sunday.
Wow.
So, I mean, that team is – they have no direction. Yeah. And they play Texas A&M or at the end of after us.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they probably go 1-11. But, I mean, you win a tough game, you're probably going to dominate Sanford, and then you go into the biggest game of the season. How does a game like Saturday night boost you for the next 2 weeks?
Basically, you gotta ride the momentum, bro. Football is a game of momentum. Ride the momentum, take what you did last week, put it into this week, and then add some, right? Because they may be 1-9, but they want a victory. Yeah. They're not just gonna come in here and lay down. Like,
and they fired
so,
their coach. They're probably
right. So they feel like they got something to prove. They got a chip on their shoulder. Don't overlook anybody.
Yeah.
You never overlook anybody, especially in college football. But just keep the momentum going. Keep doing what you're doing. What you do well, improve it. What your weakness is, improve it. I feel like we come out here with a victory.
Okay. What you got?
I think that this will be a good momentum builder going forward. I agree with a lot of what Zay just said. That you never know. Like Sanford, they might be struggling now, but anyone can change the momentum in a football game for a team. So like even if we come out and we struggle against them, we're going to be in a lot different of a mood going into the next week of Tarleton than we are necessarily going to be celebrating like we are this week in a tough win against a rivalry. So just they got to take care of business. But yeah, like as I said, just keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm looking for is that second quarter when it's 28, 35-0, 35-3. All the starters need to sit down. All of them need to sit down.
Yeah, we're going
to need Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I don't need Nathan going into Tarleton. I need everybody. I mean, you really don't need – y'all need to go in there first quarter, first 15 minutes, get it over with. Put up 4 touchdowns, get it over with. Put it up. Because if they play past the second quarter, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's also senior day, You want to try and get everybody out there. It's a good reason to get out there, too. Yeah.
Chris Parsons, Shamar Kurt, Jay Robinson, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
I need 4 touchdowns, 28 points at the end of the first quarter. Sit down for the rest of the night. Y'all can be eating Marco's pizza on the sideline. I don't care what y'all do. Game need to be over so we can go handle business in Texas.
Bury them early, hand them the shovel, make them dig the rest of the grave themselves. Just get it done. And
let's get back to campus on Monday, and we're going to put in all the work we need to. Like, our life depend on it. Yes. We beat Tarleton, it's up for real.
And beat Tarleton, there might be a chance still to make the playoffs. You never know.
That's what I'm
saying. Still kind of a little bit open there.
So go ahead and get it over with so we can go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on to the video. Nick, he if you guys not on his social media, APSU'S Football, he makes weekly recap videos. They're about 8 to 10 minutes long. But since we got a 30-minute show, we're only going to give you a couple minutes out of it. But watch the full video on APSU'S Football, Instagram, Facebook. Puts in a lot of hard work. I know he does. It's a very good video. So we're going to show y'all a bit and piece of it. And we're going to come back, talk a little men's basketball, wrap it up.
Today is about one thing and one thing only. It is to absolutely dominate. Absolutely dominate. It's either yes or no. You either do or you don't. So we run out that smoke with this guy's helmet on. You bring more. Everything is at our fingertips. We gotta go take it.
On a weekend where our nation, our great community of Clarksville, Tennessee, pauses to honor our veterans. It'll be a veteran-led team in Austin Peay that takes the field against the youth movement of the Central Arkansas Bears, and to see which one will come out on top in UAC.
I know what time it is, man. Game time to earn that respect, dude.
This will be a handoff Chambers. Stretch play right, cuts it back inside when he hits the right hash, breaks an arm tackle into Governor territory at the 45. Ball comes loose. Ball comes loose down at the 40. Did the Governors get the turnover? We'll wait and see. Still no official indication. Now they'll say it's Governor ball. Governor's 1st and 10 in the red zone. They'll throw across the middle, but a flag before the snap. And it's 4th down for the Govs, and that will run on the special teams unit and Carson Smith. Snap's good, set's good, kick is up, kick is good.
So the Govs do cash in. They get points off that turnover.
Pressure coming, going to dump it to Simmons out of the backfield. 35-40, 45 midfield stripe, goes to take on a defensive back, and that defensive back just gives him a shove out of bounds. Second time today, the Governors will go for it on 4th down. Snap, Parson going to keep it himself. Gets a big block inside the 20, has the 1st down. Governors will let the first quarter expire as they get back into the red zone for the second time today. We'll head to the second 15 minutes here on the Governor Sports Network. Snap, give, Bond. Big hole right side to the 10. Cuts at the 5. Gets taken to the sideline out of bounds, but it'll be 1st and goal for the Govs.
Again, 3rd down has not been kind to the Govs. They're 0 for 4.
Parson, a lot of motion. Will drop the throw. Looking, good protection. Now he'll break the pocket to the right at the 10, looking in the end zone. Did he find the Governor? He did! Touchdown, Governors! Chambers lost the football. It's tapped into the air. Ball is loose. Second fumble of the afternoon, and the Governors have recovered inside Bear territory at the 35. Parson will work from the gun, dropping to throw. Pressure coming up the left side. Looking to throw a go route up the left side. Looking for the man for the Governor. Did he pull it in? They'll say he did. 1st and 10 for the Governors at the 11. They'll give it to Caden. Is Caden going to find the end zone with his feet? He is. Touchdown, Governor! And now Central Arkansas will punt from the back of their own end zone. They'll put the ball down at the 28 at the end zone. This is a 38-yard attempt. Snap, set, field goal up. Field goal is good. Myers drops the throw. Will roll the pocket right. Has a little alley. Stops at the line of scrimmage. Looks to throw a dart up the right sideline. They'll say it was incomplete. Play action. Now they'll try to throw it out to McCown. Set up a little running back screen. Governor's read it perfectly and take him down back at the 30-yard line. Turn, handoff Chambers. Trying to pop something in the run game. They'll give him a little out to the 36, but short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 2 for the Bears. 12 to play in the first half. Timeout for Central Arkansas.
Watch the ball
on a 4th and 2.
Conference's best team on 3rd down is Austin Peay, but they're just 1 for 8 today. There's that crosser again. It's going to go for the first down and more.
Governors with room to run. Into Bear territory at the 40, at the 30. He'll be taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Parson parts the C's. He's going to tuck it and run. Gets inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 4. It'll be 1st and goal, Govs. Says 25. They'll put 2 seconds back on
this 3rd and 1. Govs trying to add to their lead before the half. Parson's going to keep it. Parson follows behind the blockers. Chris will get into the end zone. He will set the record, his 11th rushing touchdown, single season mark, and he'll let the dance begin as the Govs add on to this lead, 26-14 now.
Welcome in to Govs at the half. Your halftime score, Austin Peay 27, Central Arkansas 14.
All right, so collectively, all right, I'll commend you guys for how you battled back after a poor start. Everybody with me? You guys hung in there, you didn't fracture, you kept playing. All right, it's a testament to you guys. Now, all right, if we want to learn from our lessons, they're going to come out. They're down 2 touchdowns. So what do you think this next drive is for them? Yeah, they're imperative.
You're not affiliated in any type of sense, man. It's a real tough question, man. But I'm going to shape it in the right way.
Why am I nervous?
Yes. I'm going to shape it in
you
the right way.
You should be nervous.
I'm going to just say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think it is to retain CP3?
10,
bro.
10, yeah.
He made it very
Parson.
He did make it very hard. He did very
You
well
guys
for
are hard
himself
bargain.
on this. Yeah.
I mean, like, is that... I was trying to maybe like 6, 7, maybe.
No, it's 10. There's no doubt.
It is 10,
There's
man.
no doubt it's 10.
It's going to be a
dog.
pretty penny to...
to keep him here.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty penny,
Yeah,
man.
but
There's a lot of
I
teams
feel
that
like
don't
we
want him.
have what other teams don't, and we got Ferris.
Yeah.
Because he played with Ferris when he was a youngin'. That maybe, but like you said, like coaches leave all the time. You know, so it's like as a player, you know, it's like your loyalty is not really towards a coach unless that's just how you built. You know, so but if you want to go get drafted and have a chance at the NFL, your chances at Austin Peay are very, 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 very slim. I can attest to that.
You got there, though, gang.
I got
You
there, though,
got
but
there.
I transferred my last
Yeah.
year and went to an FBS school to
That year in
help
Marshall.
that
Yeah.
process. Yeah, you know, it's very hard to come straight out of an FCS school, and you got to be on some Trey Lance. They won 4 championships on the road.
Yeah, we've been watching
know.
like MTSU this year. We know they could use a quarterback. You know, there's a lot of teams like, especially local, because he
Yeah.
is a local kid. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of like teams even nearby in the FCS. Like he could
Yeah.
go to Memphis next year. You know,
Yeah,
and let
go to
that team-
Memphis.
Oh yeah, they're one of the best teams in that
Hometown
FBS level
bound,
right now.
baby.
Yeah, like,
Come on, man.
but one of those schools could be something for him. I mean, even Vanderbilt, you know, they could take a shot at him. They're going to lose Pavia after this year. There's no way he's getting another year
I mean, he can come up there to your boys.
He could.
I mean, but we not. Hold on. First of all, we're not even finna get deep in that. He's coming back. It is gonna be. It is gonna be hard to retain.
We would love for you to come back.
Yeah, it is gonna be.
We would love for you to please come back.
Please come back.
It's been the most fun to watch player.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, like he's electric. But I mean, that's just the reality of it, though. It is hard to keep superstar talents, you know, at your school, no matter what sport they play. So, you know, it's the name of the game, man. You know, you got to pay to play. That's what it's turned into.
That's what it's turned into.
So you got to pay to play.